Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the
Sadly Relatable podcast.
We're back, baby!
Yay! How's life?
Good, man. We back, baby. How's everyone doing? Why do we say that like they can reply to us?
No, because they'll feel like involved.
Do you think they're at their computer screens? I'm good!
Great!
Ow!
Sorry. Headphone listeners, sorry.
Yeah, and Spotify listeners, we actually love you. Always like, I know they're there, but we forget to recognize them as much.
I don't understand how you can listen to a podcast on Spotify.
It makes your voice sound so much cooler sometimes.
Oh, cool.
Like
hey,
sometimes I'll just listen to us, like, I'll play it just to see what we sound like whilst I'm driving. I'm like, wow, we're actually like adults having a conversation.
Dude. So basically we're going to talk about the economy right now.
Yeah,
Is that good?
like it. Yeah, that was really good.
So guys, we would just like to say that we're depressed. No.
I do want to say though, whilst you lot are here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. A lot of you are watching and you're not subscribed. So
I want to know why we're getting on average 10,000 views.
I think that's
no,
amazing.
No. Like the video. No, I'm joking, by the way, guys. Come on. Just press the button.
They'll do it this time. They'll see it. You like the video, they'll subscribe. They'll send it to every single person in their family. Otherwise, I'll find your nan and I'll help her drop her. But guys, it's amazing. We love you all.
We love you. I just
also,
feel like
don't forget we've got a Discord that you all can all join and have fun on, and that's a whole separate family. That's amazing, and they tune in and actually watch our episodes when they release every Sunday all together in a call, which is so cute. I love them all. And
You know
also,
what
guys, one more thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to plug myself right now.
Fine.
I have a YouTube channel where I upload vlogs every Monday, and I've actually been staying consistent.
Allahumma barik.
Alhamdulillah.
But your vlogs are so fun to watch.
Thank you. I've kind of fallen in love with it, with like making these short vlogs, but I'm so scared, Nisrin, because like shut up.
I was going to say another word, but we can't use it in this in 2022.
Listen, that's deep. I can't. I'm scared because like I'm enjoying the consistency in doing it, but every week I'm like, okay, I need to film for the vlog.
You know, as soon as it becomes stressful, or it's like stressing you out, and you're like feel like like stressed, or you need to not do it.
No, it's not stress at all.
You need to find the happiness in it.
No, I love it. It's just me thinking in my head, okay, I need to make sure I get content, because I was living my whole life just not getting content every day. But in the way I do it now, like it's hard, because the way I vlog, I like to vlog with people. Yeah. Obviously, I think people will be fine with me vlogging myself as well, but I like to keep a high paced energy the whole time. Yeah. But this whole journey has been amazing, and inshallah, guys, make dua for me that I can keep it up for a whole year.
A whole year,
and more
longer?
and longer. But I'm saying like my goal is to hit that 1 year and be like, okay, I did it now. It's just gonna be a thing that I do.
I have a question for you.
Go on.
This might be a bit mean.
Oh, here we go.
No, I don't know how you're going to find it. Sorry, you've got little hairs like coming off your head. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're going to find it mean or not, but I just have a question because...
Before she starts, subscribe to the channel and watch it every Monday. Love you. Go.
Okay, so I was speaking to someone who does social media. This was like a couple months back. And he's a man and he's roughly like, I'd say around your age as well. And I was like saying to them, do you want to... like, what's your goal with social media? And then the person I was speaking to was kind of like, yeah, like by the time I'm 30, like I'd love to have a podcast and then be, you know, doing TikTok. And I kind of looked at him and I was like, huh? Like,
I know you're thinking,
but
you're an old man. Why are you on social media?
No, not old man. 30 is not old at all. But I want to know what your goal, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you mean, because
like at 30, you should be having kids, you know, getting a mortgage, not a mortgage, just head down. But do you know what I mean? Like, how is that your like aspirations?
No, it can be. That can be your dream.
No,
but I know what you mean. You mean like there needs to be something a bit more solid, concrete. Like where you're going to be like 40, 50 years old and in front of a camera, like, hello.
No, so what is your... So my thing is, I'm not saying if you're 30, you shouldn't be on social media, you shouldn't have goals. But I'm saying like, do you think you'll be doing the same thing that you're doing?
Hell no. Sorry, Karen.
Do you think you'll be doing the same thing that you're doing now when you're 30 on social media? So I think it makes sense to like evolve and progress, and maybe you might decide that you want to do more, I don't know, teaching people or like informative stuff, or still have a little bit of a laugh. But do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I think that's a bit of a stereotype that some people probably have. But for me, like I enjoy what I do, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get old and be like, okay, I'm gonna change my content. Why can't I just have fun? Obviously, I think naturally I'll mature, and it will mature with me. Because I do plan to have a family, inshallah, a wife and kids. But who says it's different for me? Do you know why? Because I'm not just like trying to be an influencer. I actually have a talent in videography and
content creation.
Yeah, content creation. Like it's what I do as a job.
Your passion.
I have a production company that I'm working and trying to build and doing things. And obviously right now that's on the back burner because I'm focusing on social media. But it's going to be something that I'm in heavily, especially when I'm older. And I have the podcast, I have all this stuff that will just mature with me. I see a lot of YouTubers that are now in their 30s, but their content is mature. Do you know why? Because their audience grows up as well.
Yeah.
Because you see even like a lot of people, like for example, Jake Paul. I remember there was a stage before the boxing stuff. Do you know about him? He went into boxing and stuff like that. Jake Paul.
A little bit.
So he was, a lot of you probably know who he is, and he had Team 10 and his audience were very young. And I remember he got to a point where like the audience started growing and they started seeing things as like it's a bit cheesy and the vlogs were like, And he come to a point where he grew out of that phase as well, making these childish like vlogs. They were good. I enjoyed them when I was, even in my 20s, I was enjoying them. But he went through like a little bit of a crisis. I remember seeing him on a podcast and he was like breaking down and crying. Like he doesn't know who he is, what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? But then he found boxing and obviously his content changed. And the reason it's so entertaining to see him go into boxing because a lot of the kids that watch him are now like adults. Yeah. And boxing is like almost like an adult thing. We're here. It's like he's matured. We're all like matured as well when we want to watch.
The reason I ask is, I think, to be honest with you, my mind changes a lot on certain subjects. But with this, I kind of feel like, I don't know. I think it depends what your goal is. Like, let's say you now are just making stupid videos. Like me, sometimes I'll sit and just talk about stupid stuff and I'll just post it and people will comment and some of them might go viral. Like I, in my head, don't think, okay, when I'm 30, which is only 5 years away, I don't think I'm going to be doing the same thing. Do you get it? So I just kind of want to get an idea of what you and just men in general who are on social media, what their plan is. Yeah. Like me, I don't know if I'll be on social media when I'm 30. I'm going to be honest. I hope, if I am, I hope that I'm doing the complete opposite of what I'm doing now. And it's very much lifestyle, educational, teaching people things.
I think that's good.
And you just like, not even vlogs.
I understand what you mean. Like there's a certain level of maturity that you want to reach in life where like you're a bit more organized and you're helping instead of just doing whatever and being carefree, so if that makes sense.
Rather than just being a clown for free, maybe educate people, teach people, help people.
But the thing is, you forget, we literally have this podcast where we're already doing that. Do you know what I mean? We're already talking and giving people some information. We get DMs all the time and messages, people saying we've helped them, maybe change their mindset, maybe open their mind to understanding things or being more self-aware and stuff like that. And we're already doing that and we haven't even hit 30. This podcast is something that obviously, depending on how things go in the future, it can evolve as well because our audience are going to grow and they can still be listening to us and they'll see us grow and we'll have conversations, maturity. You never know, we might get to a point where we're talking about what it's like raising kids and they've got kids at home and they've gone through the same things and then they relate to us. Oh my God, that night I have to wake up at 3 a.m. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what's crazy.
Yeah, that is funny. Funny. I was trying to say true and funny. Speaking of 30-year-olds. Yeah. I'm 25, you're 26. Oh my God, you're going to be 27.
Nishan, don't. I'm actually scared. Alhamdulillah, inshallah I make it, but at the same time I'm scared. It's 27.
AYOUB, why do you not have 7 kids? I know. Why are you not married with 7 kids?
I thought I was going to be married at the age of like 21. No, 25. I was like, I'm going to have 3 kids and be married.
Everyone said, I want to get married at 21, have my first baby at 22, and 23, I'm going to have my house. And
Nishan, I'm done already. If I have a kid today, by the time he's 20,
AYOUB,
I'm going to be nearly 50.
You know what's deep?
No, wait, I am going to be... What am I going to be?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be 46, 47.
Basically
I'm going to be nearly 50.
We wanted to be young parents. That's gone out the window for the rest of our life. We can never do that.
We can't get that back.
No, that can never happen.
Even if I have a kid now, today, it's born today. It's done.
AYOUB, that's scary.
And I've already got back problems, everything like hurts and stuff. And I'm thinking by the time, even in 5 years, I'm going to be one of them guys like, so imagine when I'm like nearly 50.
You know what? So, AYOUB, that's sad. No, it's not sad. It's not sad.
To be honest, 20 years old and 50.
No, look, if you have older parents, there's nothing wrong with that. But we're used to, our mum had us when she was literally like 17. Yeah. So we kind of grew up with our mum. She's quite young. Allahumma barik. So I think in my brain, I always thought that's going to be me too. Yeah. But I'm 25 now. Realistically, if I do have a child, if Allah wills, inshallah, then when is that going to happen?
No,
4 years, 5 years?
Yeah. That's so true.
No, Jacob, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm stressed.
I want to be 50 when my child's 20. We're 25 and our mum's not even 50 yet.
That's so true. No, we're done.
No, it's fine.
Right, what we'll do, when we finish this, you go find someone, I go find someone.
Mismatch. Nah.
Literally.
Listen to what I was going to say, basically.
Yeah.
Let's just, don't think of that because it's going to make me depressed.
I'm stressed already.
I have never really liked older guys. When I say older guys, like 30 is like the max. Like I said to myself, I will not marry someone if they're 29. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When they're 30, I just can't. You see those? You know, everyone.
1 year.
No, let me explain. That's my brain. It's wrong. I know this. You can laugh. You can laugh.
Okay, that's what you are.
I'm laughing too. So you know, there's always that one thing that if someone does it, you're automatically unattracted to them.
Yeah.
So you could be like, oh wow, and you see her smoking, you're like, I will never.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? For example, that's yours. Mine is like, if you're 30, I can't. But AYOUB, it's been like that since I've been 20. Because when I was 20, I've had friends that like 30, 31-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And it's been like that since I was very young. And now I still have it, but I'm 25. That means he's only like 4.5 years older.
So you're going
to
get to 30 and be like, I can't be 30. Yeah. You're going to be one of them cougars that just goes for younger guys. I'm married, guys. He's 15. And then I'm 31.
You can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
That's illegal.
Yeah, it is illegal, but I can still say it. It's not legal to say it.
So, yeah, so the fact that, I don't know, but I need to get out of this because I still feel like I'm 18.
Is it weird that, like, do you know what that reminds me of?
Would you ever date an older woman? A date? Astaghfirullah.
Yeah, get that out of your head right now.
Would you ever marry an older woman?
Depends how much money she's got. Look at me, you sound like you and this just rubbed off at me,
okay,
guys.
as a 27-year-old, would you marry a 30-year-old woman?
Yeah, depending.
By the way, wait, sorry. I need to carry on what I was going to say. So that's been my mindset for a long time. Mm-hmm. But recently, I've slowly been coming out of it. And not really. I say recently. It was literally yesterday.
You say that like as if you've been just chatting to guys.
No.
I've slowly been coming out of it. I spoke to someone.
No. I'll explain to you guys. My friend is speaking to someone who's 30 years old. Mm-hmm. And I went out to eat with them. And I kind of just like got a gist. And like, I just, in my head, I don't know why I thought 30 years old was just old.
Like they're out of touch.
Yeah.
Instagram.
But you know how they text?
That? And, let me text my friend.
I feel like they don't know how to
glasses
text. AYOUB, I feel like they don't know how to text.
And they always use different emojis, like the thumbs up.
1 second, let me tell you something.
Go.
That's only 3 years older than you. No, but do you know what I mean? But anyway, as I was saying, I was around a 30-year-old and I was like, what the hell was wrong with my brain? Sorry, I stressed you out. And I was like, if anything, it's nicer because he was like a proper man, like had his life together, Allahumma barik, like knows what, I don't know.
That's even worse. What happens when I get to 30 and I don't have my life together?
No, you will, inshallah. Okay, right. Alhamdulillah, thank you, Allah. No, we have to say alhamdulillah because AYOUB, stop that. Okay. You know, you should actually thank God because a lot of people don't make it to our age. So thank you, Allah, for giving us another day, and everyone else, thank him right now.
Yeah, and whilst you're there, guys, thank you. Stop.
No, don't make a joke. Whilst you're thanking him, please make sure to click the like button. Yeah. Astaghfirullah. So, sorry, I'm speaking a lot today again.
It's okay, you got energy.
I was speaking to my friend's friend on the phone, and she basically came on the phone to me. She's like, Nisrin, your lives make me laugh so much. Like, you don't understand. When I'm depressed, I watch your lives, and I actually like cry. She was saying she laughs. Mm-hmm. And in my brain, like anytime I think of someone sitting there watching me, and they don't just go, and they actually laugh out loud, it gives me the motivation I need to keep doing what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Or like the thought of people watching this and they laugh out loud. Does that not bring you a happiness?
No, it's actually beautiful. And you just reminded me of something that I needed to reply to. Hopefully I remember to reply. If I don't, I know she's going to be watching this podcast.
Who is that?
So if I haven't replied, just know I've seen it and like we appreciate you. She sent a message, on Instagram. She sent a video and I played the video and she's in Mecca, like doing her. I just got
goosebumps.
Yeah, she's doing her
Umrah.
Couldn't even speak. Her Umrah, and she's in front of the Kaaba, and she's literally saying, guys, she's basically saying that she's kept us in our du'as and that we've helped her so much, everything that she's gone through.
No, I've got goosebumps. Look, can you see my goosebumps?
Yeah, that's
guys,
so beautiful.
Wallah, I have goosebumps all over.
She said she messaged you as well.
I didn't see it.
But honestly, like I saw it and it set my mood so good for the whole day. I was like, I always think there's someone there, or there's people there. Sorry, you guys, and like sometimes they just pray for us. Like, and obviously, like I don't know if you're watching this, maybe you're not religious in that, but to us, like to pray for someone, there's so much weight in it because God is going to answer it. So the fact that you lot are praying for us, it's like What a blessing.
And it's also a case of like, you don't gain anything out of that.
Yeah.
So that is a very selfless act.
Well, I think you do.
No, what I mean is
not in like physical form. Yeah.
You will gain rewards. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, when you do that, when you make dua for yourself, you pray for yourself, it's because you want certain things. You know, God's going to give you this, forgive you, you're gaining something.
Sorry, Karen.
But when you pray for someone else, like, there's nothing that you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Well, that your intentions, obviously God's going to reward you, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why it just, it's crazy.
It's
so
beautiful.
Whoever it was, I'm going to find the message. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
you gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, she literally had goosebumps. I could see them, and we appreciate you. Like, thank you for supporting us, and I'm happy that we can like take your mind away off things in this short amount of time that we have when we post the episode. And yeah, life's crazy, man.
You know what's mad? When I think of this podcast, wallah, Allah is my witness when I say this. I don't see it as our podcast. You know that. When I think of Sadly Relatable, or we're doing, you know, the things we have in the works, or like filming, I just don't see it as ours at all.
Yeah,
because it's not.
It feels like a community, doesn't it?
It's not. No, I see it as because it's not. If it was just us two, it would not be what it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that's why I don't, in my brain, see it like that. I see it as yours. So make sure you like the video. Anyway,
and subscribe, because who wouldn't subscribe to their own channel?
Yeah, self-love is important. No, joking. But yeah, no, I love you guys.
Have you do you know who Mr. Beast is?
Yes, I love his videos.
Do you actually watch them?
So I go through phases. Like every 6 months, I watch like 5 videos.
Okay.
So I'm not caught up.
I didn't think you watched anyone, so I was like,
no, I just recently watched the Circle one.
Okay, well, I'm proud of you. Now I can actually have a conversation.
I sometimes just watch them on TikTok.
Yeah, that's where you mainly watch them.
No, I do sometimes watch them on YouTube, but you know what I mean.
Okay, so he's been doing this whole run of like podcasts. So he's been going on loads of different podcasts.
I think I know what you're on about.
To sit and speak. There's so many different things.
Oh, okay.
And so basically, if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, guys, which you should do, he's like nearly one of the most subscribed people on YouTube. He's got, I think, over 100 million subscribers, or nearly 100 million subscribers.
MashaAllah.
He gets like over 20 to 70 million views each time he uploads. Like, it's ridiculous. And he does these crazy challenges, and he like gives away so much money,
like millions,
literally. And people don't believe it, but he's actually giving away £1 million, or he's actually giving away like a jet, or he buys a house, or he buys an actual island that's worth like 2 million, and then he'll do a challenge, and the last person to take their hand off it wins it, and stuff like that. And it's so crazy, because I remember when I first ever heard of him. So this is what I mean, like, if you really put your mind to something, you can do it. And his whole formula was amazing. So I used to watch Logan Paul's vlogs. He used to post every single day, and one day in his vlogs, he was like, there's this random guy who said my name like 100,000 times for a YouTube video.
Was that Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast. And he was sitting there, and the video was like nearly 24 hours long or longer, and he's just him saying Logan Paul, Logan Paul, Logan Paul,
How many
Logan
followers
Paul,
did he have?
Hardly any. Like, he was just growing. And I saw it as well. I was like, that's kind of mad. Moved on. Forgot about him. And I'm thinking, that's smart. He's got his attention. Maybe he'll blow up and do his own thing. And then he ends up getting his like first brand deal, and he thinks to himself, he's quite good because his relationship with money is not like, he's not attached to it.
Yeah.
He's like, imagine you get 10 grand for a grand deal, and he goes, all right, I'm gonna make a video, I just give the whole 10 grand away. So a delivery guy came, and he just tipped him 10 grand.
Yeah.
And like all his videos became him giving away all the money he would make. Anytime he'd make money, he'd give it away, to the point where he obviously started gaining millions of followers. And you know, when like Fortnite came out during like them times, I think it was it lockdown? I can't remember.
Does he ever dance on Fortnite?
I don't know if... No, I don't think he does.
Sorry, my brain.
Anyway, he used to like donate to lives.
Like live streams,
Yeah,
Twitch.
he would donate 100,000 on Twitch live streams. Imagine you're sitting there, and like it'll be a random person who has like 2 viewers, and then 100,000, and they're like, that's what I love so much. Yeah, you know how they say like, if you're doing charity, you shouldn't show people it can come off like this, but his is different. Like, it's so entertaining to genuinely see him
as well.
Yeah,
and it brings us happiness watching that.
Yeah, literally. And he's literally changing someone's life. Imagine just a normal kid, and then £100,000 comes, and you're like, their reaction, some of them start crying, they go crazy.
I would love you see what Mr. Beast does, like minus all the hard work that he puts. You know how like he like has to build sets and cut, like minus that, I would love, that's my dream, to be able to do that.
I'd want to as well.
I think that's everyone's dream, to be fair.
Yeah, but some people get it and then don't. Like, for example, there's a lot of YouTubers that make millions. They don't give it away.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I see
the
him...
The thing is, though, let's say you have millions, giving away like 5-10 grand.
It's nothing but...
But one thing I will say, and I've seen it with my eyes, with
I thought you saw
people around me, people around me, people that I meet, the people who are the most successful in my eyes or have money and this and that are the ones that I can tell in their heart they are so giving.
Yeah.
And that I'm not gonna lie, the more you give, the more it comes back to you, and I fully stand on that. That's why I say, guys, you shouldn't have that attachment to money.
Yeah.
Because you never know, him giving away that first brand deal could have been the reason he is where he is now.
Yeah, literally. And he kind of worked out a formula. He even said to himself, he says it on podcast, I'm not here like, oh, I'm just this amazing person who wants to give back. He just says he genuinely finds it more fun to give money away. Like, he likes the feeling. It's not him trying to be this amazing person. It's just, he enjoys it.
Like,
and he's just done a madness. I can't lie. It's crazy. He's gotten to the point where he's spent at least 4 or 5 million on one video.
That's crazy.
He spends that much money. And now he's got Beast Burgers. He's got chocolates. It's made over 100 million in like the first year. Like,
he does deserve it though. I'm not going to lie. He deserves it because what he's doing with his platform is the best thing you can do with your platform.
Yeah, he does a lot of charity work and he planted like millions of trees and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. All the success he has, obviously I don't know him personally. I don't know what he does behind closed doors, but all the success he has, there's like, he's 100%
There's this joke that he's like really evil. Because you know how like someone just seems amazing, but then...
What did they say about what?
Because he's got money. Like, imagine if he's just got like people locked up in the basement.
And James Gordon.
Oh, what?
Corden. James Gordon. Yeah. No, it's not Gordon.
It is, isn't it?
James Gordon. No, it's not Gordon.
I think it is. The Late Show, whatever it is called.
I forgot his name. I think, is it Corden?
No, it's Gordon. Wait, was that...
Oh, no, that's Gordon.
Is that Gordon Ramsay?
Gadden.
You can even say it right. That's Gordon Ramsay.
Who? It's not James Gordon.
What is it?
Oh, it's Corden. I was right.
Okay, you're right. James Corden. Yeah, apparently he's like really, really like rude.
We don't know, by the way. This is allegedly. We're not accusing anyone of anything.
I've seen it. I'm joking. Yeah, and which is kind of scary. That's one thing I always get scared of. I act like I'm on their level.
One of my, fans meeting me and I don't give them my all, or I'm not having a good shout out. No one knows who you are.
Yeah, literally. Whenever I see like a supporter of like the podcast and that, I'm always so scared because I'm a bit awkward at first. I get scared that they're gonna be like, oh, he hasn't got the same energy, or he's not really that nice. Yeah. Which is
I'm not gonna lie. I've had days, especially when I wasn't on medication, where going shopping was very overwhelming for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there'd be times where I'd see people, but I would force myself to get out of that overwhelming stage. But then I'd have to go sit out for 10 minutes, wallah, by myself because of how overwhelming things are. But my biggest fear as well is someone meeting me and be like, why is she being like that? And I've had those days where I had to go out and I'm just like, I want to be happy. I want to like, you know what I mean? Like speak to people. I don't want people to think, oh, just fake biatch.
I have a theory.
But our followers, my favorite sort, my favorite kind.
Yeah.
What the hell? I don't have favorites. And what makes me so happy is when people come up to me, which I'm not saying happens a lot. It does, but I'm not saying like...
Just get to the point, G.
When our Sadly Relatable family come up to me, they see me out in public, and they say, I wasn't going to come up to you, but you told us in a podcast to come up.
Yeah, that's happened to me so many times.
Because then I know you really are a true watcher, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what makes me happy.
It's mad because I get it now, but now it's become awkward. Because sometimes they'll be like, sometimes people come up to me that have hardly seen me, but they just know I'm a TikTok person. So they're like, oh, you're that guy on TikTok. Or they come up to me and they go, oh my God, I watch your videos. And I'm like, oh, podcast or TikTok? And they're like, I've just seen you on TikTok a little bit. But I'm
just like, get out of here.
Nah, but when it's like a podcast person, I feel so much more like comfortable because I'm like, they already know who I am. Like they know what I am, who I am. I mean, I've got a theory before you say anything.
Oh,
you said you have to take time out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't actually think you have mental health. I think you just want attention.
Oh.
So this is all a plot, an elaborate scheme that you've made yourself believe you have mental health because there's one day that you wanted attention, and you know how people lie to themselves to the point where they start believing it. I think that's what you did. Do you think that's a possible theory?
I think it could be possible, but the person lying would know they're lying.
No, because what's happened is you started off lying.
By the way, can we just say he's joking, guys?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Right?
Yeah, I swear. But I think it's possible that you can start off lying and then eventually you end up
I think you can lie your way into being depressed. That's definitely true. Yeah. But I don't think you can lie your way into ADHD, and because ADHD is on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah, I get you. But I definitely, because even me, I remember that not as a kid, but when I was in my teenage years, say like 13, 14, there wasn't a lie, but I'd add little bits to stories. Like, for example, I'd tell a story of like something happened or a fight happened down the street, and like I'd add like something to make it a bit more interesting. It wasn't like too much of a lie, but it wasn't too much. And then over the years, I'm telling the story. Yeah, I'm telling the story as if that bit was actually true.
AYOUB,
and I'm like,
happens.
wait a minute, I made that up. How am I saying it confidently like it's a real thing?
I've done that so many times. I used to tell people I was allergic to lavender. Up until 5 years ago, I like, people would be like, "Are you allergic to it?" Oh, I made that up. I thought it was cool to be allergic to something, and I was annoyed that I wasn't allergic to anything. So I made up lavender because I don't like the smell of lavender.
And not just that bee attacked you that one time. That's where it came from. Me, you and Brahim, our cousin that we've mentioned before, we were outside Bubba's house, and we went up to like this lavender thing, and there was a bee inside one of them, and you took it off, and it like went all over you, and you're like bare scared of it. So that's probably like part of the arc.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You don't remember
What
much.
else did you lie about in your childhood?
What did I lie about?
Oh, nah. Okay, this is for the people that haven't watched, you know, because I mentioned this in the very start of our podcast.
Yeah.
So if you're the sort of person that's just joining, I lied about my dad not being alive. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, that's bad, Nisrin.
No, let me just say again, right? My dad wasn't around in my life for a long time, and I was literally a child. I don't even know why it came out of my mouth. They were speaking about dads, and someone was like, I think this is what happened anyway. Like, oh, where's your dad? And I was like, he's dead. And I had to keep up the lie forever. And
yeah, you can't even come back from that, because you can't say you were joking, because that's messed up.
No, because the next day, everyone was being so nice to me. And I don't know if I meant...
This is my theory, guys. I'm telling you, it's the attention. You're not mentally unwell yet.
No, AYOUB, shut up. I was literally a child. Second of all, the worst part is, I don't know if I mentioned this in the podcast already, but there was a parents' evening, like I think a week later. Did I say it?
No, you haven't.
And one of the girls' dads was coming up to me and being so nice to me, and he was like, you know, if you ever need anything, I can be your father figure. And like, are you? No, not like that. He was like, no, AYOUB, it's not like that. Obviously, he was a really nice man. I'm not gonna lie. Daddy.
That's a bit...
No.
I know the intentions are right, but... If you really... I could be your father figure. Just don't tell my daughter. We can come around whenever you want.
No. It wasn't like that. But yeah. So, that was a very silly thing that I done, and I don't know why.
How long did you keep up for?
Well, I had to... They still think he's dead now. They probably see my TikToks and think...
Why is she going at her dad? He's not even alive. She's saying he's never alive. That's disgusting. They just think you're a bad person.
Oh,
my dad was never there for me.
that?
Of course he wasn't. He's buried.
Oh, no, don't. Why did I do... There were a lot of questionable things I done in my childhood.
I have like a lie.
No, can I say the worst one?
I don't know if I want to bait it out though. All right,
do it. But the worst one is, again, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I'm saying the story again.
Yeah.
We grew up in a town where there was majority of white people. There wasn't a lot of Muslims. So a lot of my friends, up until I hit the age of about 17, I only got Muslim friends when I was 17 years old. So obviously you can tell what sort of like...
environment you had,
exactly.
How your attitude was towards life.
So when I was younger, I remember I used to pretend to people that I drink. So like, you know how they'd go and they'd drink like WKD or Smirnoff?
Yeah.
So I was staying at my cousin's house and I was speaking to my friend. And she was like, what are you doing?
By the way, guys.
Alcohol, yeah. And she was like, what are you doing? And I don't know, I must have been about 14. I texted her and I was like, oh, nothing, lol, just spilt WKD on my phone, which is alcohol. And I was lying. Wallah, I was lying. Wallah.
You wanted to look cool.
I was trying to look cool. I was lying. I think I was at my nan's house or something.
Yeah.
Came home that weekend, slept, woke up, and then my mum's sticking it on me. She's like, you're not having your phone again. Like, literally, and they didn't trust me. I was like, I didn't do it, and they didn't believe me.
Oh, they checked your phone for the text.
And they thought that I was drinking alcohol on the weekends, and it was so annoying because they didn't trust me. So and I was like 14.
So you lied to your friends, but then you got caught. And they thought it actually happened.
Yes, and I didn't do it.
I remember that time because I thought you actually did it as well. I was fully convinced.
Say what? Yeah, do you remember it?
Yeah. I was like, Nisrin's gone to bed and she's been doing that with whoever. And I was like, what the hell? And then I'd go out with my face. Yeah, get it off. Because the guys can do what they want. I'm joking.
Wow.
No, I've never.
We had such a weird childhood. Like, compared to the people we're around now.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you something, right?
Because we grew up in like a white town.
AYOUB, in college... people would laugh at me for being a virgin, but all my friends now, they've grown up around Muslims you'd get laughed at if you weren't a virgin.
Yeah.
And the dynamic is crazy. Like, genuinely, people were laughing at me for that.
Yeah.
When I was like, in
That's
college.
so bad.
And here, they laugh at you if you weren't.
Can I mention something?
What?
I don't know if it's a bit too like... Actually, it's a bit inappropriate.
Say it. But you can cut it out if it's too inappropriate.
So I remember one time you must have had a crush on a guy or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I saw a text on your phone. I don't even know how I saw it, of one of your friends saying, if you want to know if you really like him, you have to do this, or you have to do this with him. Like, trying to convince you to go do something with him to see if you like him.
Yeah. I remember that.
And
I don't think it was a text, AYOUB. I think someone told you that.
Oh yeah, something like that. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and I went off.
I know exactly who it was, and this was in college as well.
Yeah.
And I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and I went, oh,
Phoebe.
Right? Keeping that in, yeah, it was.
So I know what happened. So I did have a crush on someone, and I think I didn't know whatever. And then she said to me, like, if you to see if you really like him, you have to sleep with him. And I think someone heard it and they told you, and they were like, why the hell would she say that to your sister? Do you get it?
That's messed up.
That's why it's so important to raise your children in an environment that you want them to be raised in. Basically, don't just say, no, we're Muslim, so this and this and this. No, like, whatever it is you teach your children at home, outside of the home, they're hearing things, they're around things start to become normalized, and it's just not great.
I definitely think, although you shouldn't like be too involved, they have to have their own lives.
Yeah, of course.
Just keep an eye on like the friends that they're around. If they bring friends over, just understand them, maybe get to know their parents as well, because you want to make sure that your kids have good influences. Because as much as people say I'm not, like, for me, I'm not someone that gets influenced to do things much, but I have noticed myself fall into certain things, even if it's a little bit.
Even if it's like listening to less Quran, or
doing these
listen to more music, or do you know what I mean? It's like little things like that.
So, and if you're around someone long enough, you're gonna start to pick up bad habits. For example, I had a friend as well, and I felt like when he was with me, he became a little bit better, and I became a little bit worse.
Yeah,
because I was more like a good child, and he was a bit of a bad child. So then it would like even out a tiny bit, but it made me a little bit bad.
Yeah.
So which is crazy. And I'm gonna tell you the lie that I had, which it's a bit embarrassing because I know my friends are watching this, and my best friends to this day probably still believe this lie that I'm about to expose myself.
Please, just 1 second.
Yeah.
Everyone lied about having an iPhone at home, right?
Oh yeah.
No, I've got an iPhone, but it's at home.
I just use my BlackBerry here.
Yeah, no, my mum doesn't let me bring it in. Okay, good. I thought I was the only one. Sorry.
So my lie was, it's not even that crazy, but it can be embarrassing because I know my boys are watching this and they're like, what the hell? So I remember in like college times, I started doing MMA. I must have done it for like just under a month, but like I kept telling people that I was doing it like 6 months afterwards as well. So then afterwards I would say how I did the MMA for 6 months, so people would think that I'm like trained in MMA, but like 6 months worse, like it's a good amount, like you don't want to mess with that person.
How old are you?
16, 17.
Oh, okay.
So like, but then I remember it became such a lie. It wasn't something I always brought up. It was always like, oh yeah, he did MMA. And then like it got to the point where like I must have been in my 20s, and like someone asked me if you did that, and I was like, yeah, I did MMA. Someone who was never there from the start, and I'm just lying to him because I made myself believe that I did it for 6 months. And I was like, wait a minute, why the hell did I tell him that I did not do MMA for 6 months?
That happens, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in your childhood that you fabricated, that you won't even realise was a lie. Do you get it? Damn, the brain is crazy.
That is crazy. I can't lie.
Compulsive liars.
It's so funny because we sit here talking about, we've got to be good people, and then we're just exposing all our lies.
No, listen, let me tell you something, right? I made a TikTok about it. It's so crazy because every time we speak about something, I've made a TikTok about it. I made a TikTok about the reason it's a big ick why men lie. Mm-hmm. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
You said it's a big ick because, like, what are you scared of? Like, you lie because you're scared to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, you're a man, why are you scared?
That's why, AYOUB, I get the ick.
But that's where I think you're wrong.
Okay, wait. That's what I want to hear your argument against it. I get the ick when men lie to me, especially grown men. The reason being is the only possible reason we have to lie is because we're scared. If you cheated on your girl, you lied to her because you're scared that she leaves you. Do you get it? Anything that happens, anytime you lie about something, if I lie and pretend I've got money, it's because I'm scared of you thinking that I'm broke. It always comes down to fear. Yeah. And when a man does it, why are you scared of me?
Why are you running?
I'm 5'2". That's what I was trying to say. And it's just the biggest ick. Like, just be a man.
Can I say something to you? I do agree. I understand what you're saying, but this is where, like, 'cause you're confident that like, that's why people lie.
No.
Fear.
99% of the time.
No, because some people lie as well to protect others.
No, I'm not talking about that, because Islamically you're allowed to do that.
Okay, but I'm talking. Wait, there's certain rules to that. Let's not.
No, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Look into it, guys, of course. But let's say, for example, let's say your mum was speaking bad about your wife. Islamically, you're allowed to say, "No, my mum really likes you." If you're allowed to lie, to not.
Are you sure it's that drastic?
No, you're allowed to lie to not cause conflict.
Okay, guys.
But look into it yourself.
If you're interested, look into it, because Nisrin is not educated on this topic that well.
I literally researched this not long ago.
We'll be careful though, because you also tend to forget things. So imagine you made up something to fit your benefit.
Okay, maybe not that sort of lie, but there is circumstances where you're allowed to not lie like fully, but I'm saying like you're allowed to say no.
It's like white. I don't know.
For example, I'll give you an example.
Don't give examples. Just research it yourself, guys. Trust me.
Let me give you an example. And I know for a fact that this is correct. I've done my research.
Okay.
If your wife's cooking tastes bad, you're allowed to say yes, no, it's really nice, to avoid hurting her feelings.
But say really nice or just it's good. Because
I don't know.
Because the way you're saying it is like you're going out of your way to like change it. No, this is the best food I've ever had in my life. No, I think it's more like simple, like, no, I like it.
I don't know.
It's fine.
I don't know the fine line, but for example, let's say your wife's just given birth and her body isn't the same that it used to be, and she says, "Oh, I just look so horrible now." You're allowed to go up to her, even let's say she does look horrible
in your eyes.
In your eyes, not saying when you give birth you look horrible. Let's say you don't think she's the most attractive state. You're allowed to say, "No, you look so beautiful. You look the most beautiful I've seen you." Like,
yeah, and I don't think them lies hurt. Do you know what I mean? It's like you when you ask me, have I lost weight? And I say no. No, I'm joking.
I'm not talking about those lies. Come on.
Anyway, guys, do your research. We have to be careful. I'll be honest, like with stuff like that, because you might give someone a false assumption that we can just go around and lie.
Look, I don't wear hijab. Yeah, have you heard the stuff that comes out of my mouth?
Don't listen.
If you're sitting there and you're listening to like stuff I say Islamically, but not and following it without doing your own research, two idiots in a room. I'm joking. No, what I do say is I feel like I am educated on my religion, but even if you watch a scholar speaking about something, you should go do your own research. You shouldn't just follow everything that everyone says. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. You have to get consensus. So like go see what the majority of people are saying that are educated and in high stature when it comes to knowledge. And I understand that I can be wrong. You know, because I speak so passionately about things, it makes it seem like I think in my head there is no other way. Yeah, yeah. Like you see how I just spoke passionately about men lying. Yeah, yeah. If it came across like that's the only reason. But in my head, I'm waiting for you to tell me that it's. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's because I speak passionately about it. It looks like I will never accept wrong, because a lot of the time I like to be educated on certain things. Like if you tell me next time, my opinion will change. Like, I enjoy that. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy being told. Just go around life saying everything like it's 100% fact until you're proven wrong. You know what it is? It's because I'm passionate about men. Shut up. No, I mean like, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, Karen, what you're saying, what other reason would someone have to lie? Another reason to lie, to protect someone else. Oh, AYOUB, we're not talking about those sort of lies, man. Okay, but other than that, then you're it's funny. Every type of reason I'm going to give you, but we're not talking about that one. We're talking about fear. No, okay, I'm not talking about the sort of lies where you're protecting someone or hurting someone's feelings. Do you get it? I'm not talking about those where. Well, then yeah, obviously it's just fear. You are innocent and you haven't done anything wrong, but you're saying something to protect someone. Or no, I'm not talking about those. No, but sometimes, okay, let's be honest. If a man cheats on a woman, sometimes he doesn't actually fear anything. He just doesn't. He just can't be asked for his life to get a little bit more stressful. Like, I'm not scared of you. What are you gonna do? Nothing. And sometimes some men are in a situation where the woman loves him too much that he knows himself that if she really found out, she's not even gonna leave. So there's no actual fear there. He just can't be asked for the headache of the riff. That's a lie, because if she was to say, "Look at this photo of you," I guarantee. What's he gonna do? No, I guarantee his blood pressure would start to go high. His hands would get sweaty, and I'm sorry. Look at the size of you compared to her. That's a woman. You're a man, and you're getting all sweaty palms. Yeah, but sometimes it's not about. Yeah, but it's not. It's not a fear of like physical attributes like she's gonna beat him up. No, I know that. That's even worse. That's even worse. I'm not gonna beat you up. Why are you scared? You know what I mean, right? You guys know what I mean, right? I kind of get you at the same time. Look. No. I'll give you an example. Okay. Let's say you've got a lady and a man. Yeah, sorry. And the lady says to her man, let's say something a bit more like, I went to go into our bank account and I noticed that there's only £50 in there, but we saved £10,000. Right? This is just, I've just come into my brain. That's such a big jump. He'll say to, okay, I noticed there's only
£5,000 even though we saved £10,000.
Yeah.
He is going to be too scared. If he turned around to her and he says, no, I just took it out because I had to buy something, but I'm putting it in tomorrow. Or like, I just moved it to another account, knowing he spent it on, I don't know, a new watch. He's scared. That was a really bad example.
So dead. And do you know what? That type of fear is like
no,
very
you know
normal.
what I mean.
But that's normal stuff. That's not actual fear of like, oh my God. It's more like it's an accumulation of like...
I'm going to give a good example.
No, it's an accumulation of embarrassment.
Stop, that was a really bad example.
Just let me say what I want to say.
Sorry, AYOUB, please.
No, we get with the point.
No.
My point is going to make sense anyway.
Please.
No, you've had your time to speak.
Hey, be nice.
Oh, you be nice too.
But I need to, that was
See
really
how her
bad.
voice changed? She was like, hey. She tried to do the girly thing and be like, hey, come on, let me speak. No, it's my turn to speak. Stop.
Are you
It's
gonna
my turn.
forget?
No, I want to say it. Okay? And you're going to listen. That is an accumulation of like embarrassment. You know, you get embarrassed to get caught. It's not fear. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is embarrassing. Like, I've done something wrong. And now you're like calling me out for it.
Okay, that was a bad example. So I don't know why you even carried on. I
Should we
said
fight
it was
right
a bad
now?
example. Here's an example. Let's say you're in a relationship. Just say you're in a relationship. You go on a break for a month. The guy goes and does his thing with whatever women, yeah? And she comes to him and she says, look, can you just be honest with me? How many women have you spoken to? Or how many women have you done this, whatever with? And he lies. Why are you scared? You're scared because if you tell me the truth, you think I'm not going to speak to you or I'm going to judge you.
Why can't a man be scared of that?
But why are you scared? You're a man. Say, look, we were on a break. This is what a man, I believe, should do. Look, we were on a break. We weren't together. I didn't do anything wrong. But yes, I did actually speak to, I went on 2 dates and this and that. But I'm here with you now and I hope we can make things work and move forward from that.
I agree with you.
Rather than lying about it. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with you, but at the same time, like, the reason I'm like trying to like defend it is because I don't feel like fear should be attributed to an ick just because it's from a man. Like, I feel like men are allowed to have fear. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's in certain aspects, but why are we pushing this narrative that a man can't be scared of something?
I'm not saying that. I am saying that.
You are saying that.
He can be scared of things, but why are you scared?
You're like about to cry.
No, why are you scared of taking accountability, man?
Yeah, I'm not actually. You
That's
do have to take
what
accountability,
I'm not
guys.
saying don't be scared. What the hell? We're human beings. God created us similar, even though we're men and women. But it's scared of doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I get you.
I'm saying you're scared of, owning up and saying, you know what, I've done something wrong. I want to move forward. That was a mistake that I made. I'm, not perfect, but I hope to be in the future, work better.
Yeah,
that's what
true.
I'm saying.
That's true. I agree. You're 100% right.
Someone said I'm the female version of Andrew Tate.
You are a little bit, I can't lie. But I feel like less money. You're the broke female version of Andrew Tate. Don't give me that look.
So, I just would like to explain this, okay? I know that when I speak, it sounds very passionate. It sounds like I hate men. I would just like to say I do not hate men, okay? I hate most of men. No, let me explain what it is, right? Because
You're going to have sons.
No, stop. This is something I want to work on. Because I know that when people look at me, they think I hate men. I don't hate men. I'm trying to explain myself, but listen. What I was going to say is this. I don't. Look, our prophets, we had prophets, the Sahaba, they were men. Peace be upon them. I don't hate men. I'm not gonna lie. I think you're a good man. Allahumma barik. I've got men in my family that I think are good men. I've, spoken to good men. I've got male friends that I know are good men. But when I speak on men and I'm so passionate about it, I'm not gonna lie. I have a reason.
Yeah, you've been through stuff.
Not just that. I know it's wrong, by the way.
And you've got friends that have been through stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying just because I have a reason it's okay, because I really do want to work on that, because I feel like I look like a man hater, and it's not the case at all.
Yeah.
I'm just very passionate on it, so it looks like I'm a man hater, but I'm not, guys.
I honestly believe as well that I can't even defend men at this point, because I've seen the stuff they do and I've been around it and I've got friends that have been affected by it. So like even me, I can only defend like a small portion of humanity in a sense, because like most men aren't actually trash, and females are as well. Don't get it wrong.
We're all trash. Women as well. Seen trashy women, but
do you know sometimes you're trash without even being trash? Like, without actually meaning to be trash.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some people will react to you, like, especially girls, yeah, there's one thing I've learned, yeah. Girls will say they want someone honest, yeah, but the moment someone is honest about how they're feeling, and say that you're talking to someone and you tell them, look, I'm gonna be real, this is how I feel, I don't want to move forward, they're gonna take it like you're a piece of crap either way. Why were you speaking to me this whole time? Well, it took me time to get to know whether I liked you or not. Do you know what I mean? But they're gonna go back and be like, oh my god, it's wasted time. And I'm telling you, Eleanor.
I'm not gonna lie, we do shoot ourselves in the foot. You know why? Because let's say you were on a break with a man and he did you know, do whatever with females, and you were like, look, just be honest with me, what happened? And if he turned around and was like, all right, I slept with 10 girls, I'm sticking it on you.
No, I would leave. That's disgusting.
No, but I'm gonna say, you absolute tramp. Do you know what I mean? So we say be honest, but then we don't.
I wouldn't even give them time of day. I mean, if someone said they slept with someone,
you're not
I'll just be
understanding. But you would. I'm saying, for example, we're like, just be honest with us. But if a guy did say that, I would stick it on him and be like, you're actually a tramp. Yeah. Like, you're a tramp. Goodbye. So I get it, and I don't.
It's okay. You can lie.
You can lie sometimes. I was gonna say something and I forgot, and I'm really sad now.
Anyway, back to my story. It's not my fault. I didn't like it. I'm joking.
What were we speaking about just then when you started doing that? Oh no, I was gonna say something and I forgot.
Okay, we get it.
Hey.
Anyway, guys, I always wonder who like made it this far and is actually like attentively listening, not like just got it on in the background. It's actually like sitting and watching. And like you're looking at us. And
I wanted to speak about something really interesting, but I'm going to do it in the next episode. Hello?
Yeah, save it. Our mics have been all over the place.
But I do just want to say something because I don't know if it is, I've avoided, like, you've seen me, I speak about literally everything, Abe, on this podcast, on live.
Yeah.
I've spoken about it on live a little bit, but on this podcast especially, I've avoided this.
Oh.
Fully.
Let's save it.
But I don't know if it's appropriate. No, not appropriate, but I mean, like, it's a very big trigger warning.
Okay, this is what we'll do. When this ends, just tell me the kind of consensus, like the subject and everything, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
And then we'll do it on the next episode.
Because I would love to do an episode, but then, yeah, I'd actually want to.
We'll do it. But yeah, let's do the shout out of the week, dude.
Shout out of the week goes to, and by the way, guys, we haven't been doing the
cool segments
because we've been filming very late.
Yeah, like right now it's literally midnight, and we don't want to like call and wake people up or disturb them.
But we are going to start filming early again soon, inshallah. So we will bring it back hopefully next week.
Yes, sir.
So the shout out of the week goes to S. Prisa C. And they said, this message of forgiveness could not have come at a better time for me. An old friend that I love dearly had just given birth. The friendship ended badly and there had been attempts to reconnect, but feelings were still raw. I'm going to see this as a sign from Allah to congratulate her and to ask her for forgiveness for any wrongdoings on my part. May Allah reward you both for guiding in a light-hearted and loving way. Allahumma barik, ameen. Goosebumps.
That is beautiful. You actually do have goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
That's beautiful. Like, may Allah make it easy for you.
Ameen, and may Allah reward you and anyone that you know
takes that step. Like, it's beautiful, and I'm happy that we can have like that tiny bit of positive. Like, even just one person that like thinks, oh, okay, let me do this. Like, that's so beautiful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting, and may Allah bless you and your family and make it easy for you. That's so nice.
That was a good way to end the podcast.
I love that. But yeah, guys, if you're this far in, thank you for tuning in.
Comment down below.
Lies. No, don't. Because people are going to comment in the comment section and just say lies. Actually, you might stir up some drama.
No, comment down below. Damn, why can I not think of anything? Yellow.
All right, comment down below. Yellow. We got it. Why is my face scratched? Wow.
I'm not even blonde. I'm not even blonde anymore. I didn't see that.
That's actually the old you.
Yeah, that's not me. Oi!
No, I'm joking. Right, okay, guys. That is the end of we love you. Listen, where can they find you?
You can find me crying on my pillow. Hey, can I change my ending?
No, that's the best thing.
No, but you know what it is? I don't want to keep saying that out loud because I don't. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, what if that's the thing that's stopping me from...
I'm sorry, Nishan. We're not changing that. Anyway, carry on.
You can find me at Nishan on Instagram and TikTok.
You can find me at Kayla Cash on all social media platforms. Don't forget to follow Sadly Relatable Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Guys, we love you. We care about you so much. Don't forget to go check out my vlogs on Kayla Cash YouTube channel.
Today. Check out his vlog. It's coming out tomorrow. Guys, if you are watching it, remember, like, share, support. Whoop, whoop. Comment, like, it actually means a lot.
Yeah.
And I know it helps a lot as well.
Definitely. But yeah, we'll see you lot next week and we love you lot so much. Peace.
Bye.